Hello journalism students. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to search for copyright-free Creative Commons Google images that we can use on the website as well as in the print issue. So the very first thing we need to do is come up with a subject of a picture. So I think Sidney Crosby would be a really good subject. So let's go to the Images tab and then let's look. And you can see on this Image tab, if I scroll down, there are tons and tons and tons of images that'll load of Sidney Crosby. And they're all of Sidney Crosby, not a whole lot of anybody else in there or Sidney Crosby with other people. So the problem is we can't use the majority of those. So there are two ways you can search for them. First, you could go to Search Tools and you can search under Usage Rights. If you search labeled for non-commercial reuse with modification, or you can go over here to the Advanced Search and scroll down at the bottom and search under Usage Rights. You want to free to share, use, share, modify, even commercially. I'm going to do that particular search just because those images most likely will give us the best shot of finding something that we need. Now if I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see that there's a whole lot less as far as images are concerned, and if I hover over the pictures you can see where they're coming from. Now this is a pretty cool picture, but I can tell you first and foremost that it's probably not going to be something that we're going to be able to use because it's from Flickr. So I want to visit the page to see what it says. Point and shoot Sidney Crosby. It doesn't even have who the author was. So I'm going to go back and see if I visit page, which I just did. So that's up on Flickr. So I'm not 100% sure I can use that. I'm going to look at View Image. It gives me no usage rights. So that image is out. Let's scroll back up to the top. And I like this picture. This is probably a better picture. Now this is Wikipedia. It's a little blurry, so I'm probably not going to want to use that. So I'm going to just close that. I'm going to scroll over that. That's Wikipedia too. That one is. I kind of like this one. So I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to hit visit the page because since this is a Wikipedia page, you can see there's lots of different images on this particular page. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to click on this image. And Sidney Crosby, Michael Miller, his own work. So I'm going to go to more details to see if I can in fact use this. And this is Wikicommons, which this is a good site because this means that this image may be able to be used in our news magazine. We've got to see what the usage rights are. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom. It has a description. The date of the photo was February 2nd of 2013, a couple of years. It's his own work and it's by Michael Miller. And then, okay, it's under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike and Unported license. It says I'm free to share, copy, distribute, and transmit the work, to remix or adapt the work, but there are conditions that apply. You must attribute the work in the manner specified by the author and license, but in no way suggest that they endorse or use your work. You can share alike after you transform. You may distribute the work only under similar licensing. So what this means is that we can potentially use this photo. We would download this photo and we would go through the whole downloading process. What we would want to do is we probably would want to download it with full resolution, and we would open that photo up. So it's taking a few minutes or a few seconds to download. The reason we want to do it in full resolution is we want to use it in the print. The print news magazine, we don't necessarily want to do it in the on the web. If we did it on the web, we wouldn't have to do it in full resolution. We can have a much smaller size, so we wouldn't there go ahead and have to resize it to fit on the web. So I'm going to make a copy. And then what I would want to do is I would go all the way into the news magazine file, wherever you're going to save it. Say we were writing in the print issue in the December sports issue. This is Sidney Crosby, but what we want to do is we want to call it TC for Creative Commons _ Michael Miller, because he's the photographer. So then that way we know how to cite this, photo by Michael Miller, and hit save, and it would then go ahead and save in our folder, and we would be able to have access to it. So that's how you find images on Google that you can use for either the website or the news magazine. You want to be very careful. You always want to get approval from Mrs. Sittler or an editor if I give an editor permission to do that. But that's how you save images. Good luck, and I hope you find images that we can use on the website and in the print news magazine. Thank you.